There were several rallies just over this weekend, such as Free Palestine marches in major U.S. cities, including New York, Los Angeles, right here in Chicago. Let's bring in Tracy Walder, NewsNation national security contributor. She was also a CIA officer and FBI special agent. Tracy, it's always good to have you. I know people in countries across the world are on high alert right now. What's the likelihood that we could see Hamas-related attacks here on U.S. soil? And I guess really it's somewhat already begun. I know just this weekend a 6-year-old boy was stabbed to death by his landlord right here in Chicago after being targeted for being Muslim.
Well, thank you for having me, Markie. It's absolutely horrendous and it's unacceptable. Quite frankly, it's a terrorist act here on U.S. soil against a Muslim little boy simply because of his religion. I think the reality is beliefs travel, beliefs transcend, our geopolitical borders. And the reality is there's people that are already sympathetic to Hamas and their cause here. There are already people that are against Muslims here. And so I think it's very, very hard to contain that idea. And the reality is we will probably see something like that here. But I do think it's going to look different it's going to look more in the form of like a Lone Ranger type of attack that we've seen here a lot in the U.S. really since September 11th. I don't think we're going to see, a full-scale, large attack like Israel saw from Hamas. It's going to look very different here.
Yeah, I know that rabbi in the piece that Dre just aired was worried about copycat attacks, lone wolf attackers. Also over the weekend, FBI Director Christopher Wray called on everybody to be vigilant, on the lookout for lone actors who may want to perpetrate those kinds of copycat attacks. As former CIA and FBI, tell us, what kind of behaviors and red flags are we talking about here to keep on our radar?
So one of the things I want to start a little bit different with that question first is we have something that we didn't have in a pre-9/11 world, which is the Joint Terrorism Task Force that really all cities have. And that is a large collective response to this threat, all the way from the FBI to local and rural police departments. So we have that. That's great. Really, mostly what they're scanning for, quite frankly, and what Dre was talking about in his piece before, is social media. That is going to be the largest indicator of an attack. The problem is, though, is all we see, and all really Director Wray was mentioning, was something called chatter. That term gets used a lot. And when we see an increase in chatter, that's typically when we know that an attack may happen. But the problem is no one says on social media, no one picks up the phone and says when and where that's going to happen. So really what people are looking for and monitoring is social media. Where exactly are those IP addresses tracking is most likely what they're looking for.
And we've already seen that evil, that vitriol spread like wildfire across social media. I know so many parents are being watchful or just kind of eradicating it off their children's phones altogether right now in this moment. Tracy, what are you hearing when it comes to overall U.S. safety and what's being advised to even local police in cities across the country?
So I think really to local police all the way up to state police, typically it's really the threats are really focusing around Muslim and Jewish places of worship, as well as institutions such as Muslim day schools and Jewish day schools. And really what we're seeing is an increased police presence there. As the piece mentioned before, locking the doors, but I'm very surprised that they weren't always locked. That's something typically temples have always done. So really security tightening, an increase in police presence, and an increase in perimeter presence, quite frankly, which we don't usually see. Usually police are seen right at the door, but they're not allowing people through the perimeters of parking lots at mosques and temples and religious schools.
Yeah, well, we're certainly thinking of everybody who's been affected, Jewish families, Palestinian families here in America right now. We know it's been quite a fractious time. Tracy Walder, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.